We're now on the second deck. We're one deck below the main deck, and we're going to go down into the engine room. So I'm going to start turning on the lights to show how we do that process. First we turn on the lights here, and then number 3 cargo hold, and we're going to walk this way. This is the hatch leading to the engine room. The lights are already on right now. The lights are on, but I'll show you what it looks like when you turn the lights off. This is the main power switch right here, right over here. So we know how we can turn on the power to the lifeboats and all of the winches and everything else. All that's controlled from right here. Right over here, the lights for the engine room. I'll just turn these off. And there's still a couple lights that are still on. That's okay.
The rectifier's on, Gary.
Yeah. Okay. So we see this is where we turn all the lights on when we come on board the ship, getting the ship open, ready for visitors. And then I'll show you how we turn on the water as well. So we're going to walk this way. The ship does not have a transmission, so we have 2 throttles, one to go ahead and one to go astern. These are the throttles for the ship right here. So you've seen the electrical power, the power board, the switchboard for all our power. We're going to go walk past the boilers. I'm standing right between the boilers right now. I'm standing right here between the boilers on the port and starboard side. This is the port side boiler over here. Starboard side boiler is right here. We have our compressors right over there. So if we want to blow the ship's whistle, we can turn those on and we can blow the ship's whistle even if we don't have steam up. We're going to go this way. This is the power plant of the American Victory. This is the engine room, and this is the port side side of the engine. Right over here we have a double reduction gear, and then we have 2 turbines. This is the turbine that is used to go astern, especially when we want to go astern. Both of them operate at the same time, but if we want to go astern, this is the one that's used. And then the other one is similar to this, it's just slightly smaller, but it's not smaller because it's less powerful. Actually, it produces more power than this one. It's smaller simply because the blades are shorter. The turbine on the starboard side actually turns at about 5,000 RPMs, and this one turns at about 2,000 RPMs. So this one is used mostly to go astern. And then to make sure that the steam's going through the power plant at a consistent rate, we have a freshwater condenser, which is this round thing down below us right here. That's a freshwater condenser. The engine was built by Alice Chalmers in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It developed 6,000 horsepower. The engine and the boilers were hydro tested for the first time the same day that President Roosevelt died, April 12, 1945. And the ship was only 12 days into its construction. So if you want to imagine what did this room look like back then, it would have been open to the sun and the rain on the cloud. You look up and you see sun, rain, and clouds because they actually hydro tested the engine and the boilers, and then if they passed the pressure test, which they did, then what they did was they would go and build the rest of the ship around it. So they were able to, if there's something were wrong, they'd be able to pull out that engine, put a new one in, a different one in, and without much delay in the construction of the ship. By the way, it took only 55 days from the laying of the keel to launching. Was 55 days. This ship was built in 55 days. We're going to go back over here. When we open it, every night when we close the ship, we have to turn off all the lights, all the water to make sure there's no leaks overnight and that would damage the ship and cause a lot of problems. So what we do is in the morning, we unlock the ship, and then we come down here and we turn on the lights, we turn on the water, and we turn on the toilet water, and that's right here. Right here, and then when we leave at night, we have to turn it back off. So this is where we come to turn on the water. It's in the engine room.